course, Oatsngoats, very popular, pretty much on the GDQ circuit. And here we go. Now, one thing we're going to see right off the bat is most of our runners are probably going to go straight into Hyrule since there's a lot larger of an accessible amount of items there. So that's usually what runners do. Though there is the occasion where we might see someone dip into Blue Brinstar to see if they can get lucky. And I've even seen that pay off a few times, but it looks like, nope, we're going straight into Hyrule.
Yeah, there's literally one item in logic in Super Metroid right now.
And we're going to get an early peek there. Missile Pack on Lake Hylia Island. Probably not going to be seeing that picked up anytime soon. And we're going to go straight to Link's house. Let's see what we got hiding in there. And we have just... And just a map at the same...
So, we're likely going to be heading for Oats towards Hyrule Castle and for Evilsparky towards Lost Woods. These runners are going to be looking to get a tree pull. Sparky actually heading in the opposite direction. Okay, he is going to be going for the Houlihan room.
This is a very common tactic here, is the Houlihan strat early on, since we don't know when we're going to be getting a lot of rupees, as we see a piece of heart there from Uncle. Getting the Houlihan room early is usually a good play to get you that early Kakariko money that you're going to need. So I'm not surprised by this play. It's a pretty common one here for this particular combo randomizer. And we find Missile Pack there in the Uncle's treasure chest.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't see Oats go for the tree pull there. Usually runners will try to go for an early tree pull to see if they can get a bomb drop from it.
Yeah, you want to make sure you have some bombs going in. Then again, for Evilsparky especially, getting the money for the Houlihan run is going to help him getting some bombs going into Kakariko. So we'll have to see how that plays out. He's going to be hitting the forest route. A little bit an uncommon route, but there's a good chance of bombs here in these set of bushes. As Oats is actually going into directly Lost Woods, and like I said, there's a bomb there for Evilsparky. So we're going to be starting to see some item plays here very soon.
Yep. And with that one bomb, there is a bombable shed in Kakariko where you can get a guaranteed 4 bombs. So that is a way that he could stock.
Indeed. Both of our runners finding super missile packs, both at the race game and at the mushroom spot. Oats going to pick his up, gets a fiber upgrade. Did not see what was in the library.
It looks to me like it was just a missile pack.
Not very helpful this early on, but we'll see how that plays out. Now it's time to start our run into Kakariko Village. This is probably one of the biggest concentrations of items in the entire game, with the Well and Blindside giving 10 items each. There's a big 20 there in the back of the tavern. So if we're gonna see some early item plays, it's gonna be here.
Meanwhile, Oatsngoats is gonna be checking Lumberjack Hut.
Indeed, gonna see if that Aghanim play is gonna be required. Meanwhile, Evilsparky heading up into the Chicken Shack and gets, Fire Rod early on. That's a nice play there. And just a missile pack at the Lumberjack, so I don't think we'll be seeing Aghanim too.
Yeah, Fire Rod early is pretty ridiculous in terms of its power, although our Sparky is going to have to get magic in order to be able to use it. But in terms of what that can open up, that is pretty insane to get early.
Ooh, and we got Ice Beam at the bottle vendor. Getting that early on is going to be interesting when they get into Super Metroid. But of course, before we can get to that, we are going to have to find that Morph Ball. That is priority number 1 more often than not, because we got 300 rupees starting off here in the Well. But as I was saying, the Morph Ball is your top priority. You want to get that soon, because Super Metroid can open up very quickly once you get that. We got a piece of heart, 300 more rupees, my God, and a missile pack in the Well. Oh, so much money. It's not very often you see... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I think Oatsngoats is going to be definitely wanting to see that Morph Ball early because he is a very skilled Super Metroid runner, and that is where his skill is going to really shine.
Indeed, and we're going to see the Blind Hut here. Arrows and missiles abound. Another heart piece. So we're not seeing too many big items here with only 2 big ones we found so far and not much we can get early on with a missile pack in the back. So Kakariko not paying out as much. So we'll have to see if maybe the South Shore will be a better.
Yeah, so far it's really just the Fire Rod as the only big item thus far.
Indeed. Now, Evilsparky going to be heading up into the Lost Woods to grab the items that Oats grabbed earlier. So we're going to be seeing a lot of similar plays from both these guys. Which one will be hitting the South Shore first? Man, I'm tongue-twisting myself here. We'll have to see.
Sparky getting bombs from the tree pole and picking up his super pack.
Chat calling for Morph Ball and Mini Moldorm Cave. That should be interesting. You know, we've still, like, right now, in terms of what we have available, we've got the South Shore, which includes the Dam, Mini Moldorm Cave, Agina's Cave, and Ice Rod Cave. And then, of course, we've got... Oh, wait a minute. Did Oats get the Fire Rod?
That would be very awkward if Oats missed that item.
Oh my, that could be trouble. Meanwhile, Evilsparky now heading into the South Shore. Hopefully, Oats goes back for that later. But let's see what Evilsparky finds. He's going to check the chest first and finds an E-Tank. And gets some early health for Super Metroid later.
Yeah, going into Super Metroid with low energy, even early can be very tense just because in Super Metroid dying is very punishing. So I think the runners are happy seeing some early energy.
Yeah, and just another missile pack there in the drained dam. So once again, still waiting for another big item play, but next stop is the Mini Moldorm Cave. Now, they don't have any magic, so that Fire Rod is useless, so they're going to be relying on bomb strats to take out these Mini Moldorms. Not the easiest feats to do, but in a case like this, all but necessary.
Can you get the double?
Ooh, just got it. Nicely done. Unfortunately, this last one's being a little stubborn here. There we go. That's going to get him. So let's see what we've got up in here. We have piece of heart, another piece of heart. That gives him a heart container. We got a missile pack, mirror. That's nice. And 10 bombs. So that refills his bomb count. So only getting the mirror, not super helpful this early on, but will be a big help later on once they start doing some dungeon diving. Ooh, an Evilsparky not going for the Ice Rod Cave play. It is a bit risky considering they don't have much health and those crabs can do a lot of damage. Got a map check. Red Pendant at Desert and Crystals at Terra and Eastern.
So now, will we see the Ice Rod Cave play from Oats?
As I was saying, it is a bit of a risky play, and it looks like he is going to go for it. Those crabs especially can do a lot of damage and can kill you very quickly, and this crow's not helping. But if he can get past these crabs, and there's a big item in the Ice Rod Cave, that could be a huge turnaround and kind of reversal of fortune for that Fire Rod goof earlier. All right, let's see if he pulls this off. Crabs are being rather generous there, but now he's getting to the hard part here. He's gonna watch out very carefully. Oh, that's close. Oh, nice. Lucky save of the bomb drop there. Let's see if that was worth it as Evilsparky's heading into the escape. And just a missile pack. That was a bit of a waste.
Yeah, Sparky has a little bit of magic now, so he may be able to make some use of his fire rod to make this descent easier.
Indeed, let's see if it pays off. Getting his fire rod ready, gonna take out some of these guards. And ooh, the flute. Now that's interesting. Some very easy travel options there. That's gonna open up a lot of Death Mountain early on. It looks like Oats is gonna head over to Agina's.
Yeah, so between the flute and the mirror, once these runners have some kind of Dark World access, like they have a ton of mobility through the overworld and the ability to do a lot of checks.
All right. Evilsparky have to rely on bombs from here on out. He's going to use a very clever trick to take this guard out. 2 bombs will take him down. We're going to see 2 big item plays back-to-back here. Missile pack for Sparky and just a big 20 at Agina's Cave.
So what do we think Oates' next play is going to be?
Honestly, he's gonna have to make the escape play because I'm looking at my tracker right now, and there is not much left for him to do. I think actually the Eastern play might be something. We'll see if that.
Yeah, it looks like he's heading in that direction. He can also check Sahasrala's hut, which can also give him some intel on where the green pendant is.
And Fisher Price shield in Zelda's treasure chest. So that means there's only 2 items left, if I'm doing my count correctly. No, 3 items. 3 items. And we've got super missiles, 5-bomb upgrade, and a piece of heart in Sir Hostle's closet. Not much.
And not going to talk to Sahasrala, so he does not get any information on the whereabouts of the green pendant.
Unfortunately, he's going to go ahead and head into Eastern Palace. Meanwhile, Evilsparky going to go ahead and activate his flute, which will open up a few more spots for him up on Death Mountain. We'll see if that...
Yep, so very shortly, the goose will be loose, the duck will be amok, and Sparky will be able to use his flute for quick travel.
Oh, there goes my line. All right, so Evilsparky heading up here. He's gonna go ahead and hold off on the old man play, which is kind of uncommon, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not comfortable with his dark room strats yet. Big 20 starts things off there in Eastern Palace. So that's 1 of 3 items left. But let's see what Evilsparky finds up on Spectacle Rock. And 10 arrows there on Spectacle Rock itself, and in the cave, just a missile pack. Wow, not very many items this early on. There's the big key there for Oat.
That will make the clear of this dungeon a little more efficient. So, what link to the past items do you think our runners are looking for to see, like, right away at this point?
I would say first things first is a sword. They definitely need a permanent weapon. Sword, hammer if necessary, hook shot might be helpful. They need some kind of permanent weapon because they still only have the fire rod and bombs, and Oats doesn't even have fire rod. So that's what they're looking for first off. Oh, plasma beam downstairs in Tower of Hera. That is huge.
Yep, that is one out of the 3 components of the microwave beam. If Sparky can find X-ray, scope, and charge beam, which will help him defeat a couple of the Super Metroid bosses extremely quickly.
Indeed. We also see the compass there in the big chest in Eastern, which means the last item is guaranteed to be on the Armos Knights. Meanwhile, Evilsparky got the small key, but even though he'd have to get some magic, but he could do the basement, but he's going to opt to skip that for now since he doesn't feel comfortable running that just. But he is going to go into Norfair. This is an interesting start.
There are, like, I think 2 items he's capable of checking right now. Now this room, you want to shoot the enemy below really quickly, and there's a sword. And Sparky is not successful in shooting that enemy quickly. He has to wait for that enemy to go all the way around the room and come back because he doesn't have Morph Ball to follow it into the tunnel. And the door will not unlock until he kills it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a gamble he took there, and it didn't quite pay off the way he planned. There he goes. To answer your question in chat, yes, this is based on version 29 logic, so tile hints are useless. But now Evilsparky has his first sword. That's going to be helpful for him to get to start really doing some dungeon diving. Meanwhile, Oats, I think, finally remembered, oh, wait, there's that other item I forgot. I need to go get.
Yeah, I think Oats will be hitting himself a bit when he sees what this item is.
Probably. And now I think Oats is stuck. He's not sure what to do now. Also, chat commenting, yeah, apparently Evilsparky or Oats picked up both the chicken and the fire rod at the exact same time. I've never seen that before. But Oats is going to head back into Super Metroid here at Bloom Brinstar, hoping to find something in Vanilla Morph Ball spot.
Sparky at 1 heart, it was kind of looking a bit dangerous, but he gets through the Death Mountain area with the falling boulders. Yeah, I think with magic, he's going to go back to Hera.
Not a bad call. He wants to make sure he has that basement run, because we know the big key is going to be there. It has to be, given the circumstances. Oh, this Dead Rock giving a little trouble. All right, let's see what's a Vanilla Morph Ball. Just an E-Tank. Not what he was hoping.
Yeah, not progression, but our runners do have to find at least 3 E-Tanks. So I think, but yeah, and also that piece of heart is definitely not what he's looking for.
Nope, not at all. So yeah, definitely not the circumstance he was hoping for here. He took the gamble on Blue Brinstar and it did not pay off, which means the Morph Ball has to be in Hyrule right now, since we've checked literally everywhere in Super Metroid that we can physically check. Well, Evilsparky getting his coffee break strats there in the tile room. Nicely done.
Yeah, if Oats had Speed Booster or Screw Attack, that would enable him to do a few checks in Green Brinstar, but lacking those 2 items or Morph Ball, he basically cannot get past the bomb blocks in this room or past the blocks in front of Gauntlet.
Indeed. Yeah, we can't even. Yeah, Matt, to answer your question, no, we cannot do Terminator because we have no way to get to Terminator. So that is out of the question. Meanwhile, Evilsparky starting his climb up Tower of Hera. And that, I think this is where we're going to start to see some big plays because we've checked a lot of other places. We've got one more item in Tower of Hera because we already found the plasma beam. So we're going to be seeing a lot of dungeon items, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. And let's see. There's the map. No surprise there. He's going to have to go the long way around unless he wants to attempt a bomb jump, but that's a bit of a tricky bomb jump to do, so he's going to opt not to. Meanwhile, Oats heading into the escape. He's going to be happy finding that flute downstairs. But let's see what the big chest has here. Just a missile pack. So Tower of Hera is pretty much bust. I mean, Plasma Beam's good, so that's nice. But in terms of progression right now, there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be one crystal out of the way. I mean, it is usually more efficient to check Tower of Hera late because just before Ganon's tower, but still just getting a crystal out of the way is early is good.
You know, chat brings up a good question here. What if the item they need for progression of any kind was that last chest that Oats skipped in Eastern Palace? He skipped Vanilla Big Key chest. What if that... In fact, it's actually certain it would have an item based on my stats. There was an item he skipped, and I have a feeling that was probably the item.
Yep, but do our runners have...
Controlled arm strikes! Double time!
Yeah, do our runners have lamp? Because
no.
if... Yeah, so that item is out of logic. It is accessible through the dark rooms, and they aren't hugely difficult dark rooms, but that item is technically out of logic at the moment.
So then that begs the question, where is said lamp? Because they've checked just about everything, and they have nothing. Like, I'm looking at my map here. They've checked just about every spot, and we've not found that any progression of any kind. Starting to get worried here. Oh, and Troll Arm strikes again. Oh. That's the reason we call him Troll Arm, ladies and gentlemen. He can be quite the troll. Answer your question, chat. No, Old Man has not been checked, but it is also out of logic. Like, I'm looking at what can be checked in logic. There's one spot. Oh, no, they can't even check that. They don't have any gloves. So they can't even check Zora. They literally can't check anything after. What are we missing? They're missing something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we're possibly missing here. As Evilsparky takes another fall to Troll Norm. Yeah. Now, one thing... Well, I was about to say, but that isn't even in logic because they don't even have power... Or, well, yeah, I guess even without the Morph Ball... well, no, actually it is. So there is Red Tower. There is a single item location that they could get if they climb all the way up Red Tower and go to the Alpha Power Bomb location. The powerbomb door that is normally at the top of that shaft is blue in this randomizer. So that is the missing item location that our runners have not checked yet.
Is it that they may have to go all the way to that one item spot just for any kind of progression? Good God, that is nuts. I don't think I've ever seen a seed this crazy. I mean, I've seen some trolley seeds in my time doing randomizers, but nothing like this. Evilsparky finally taking down Moldorm, getting his compass and the first crystal of the race. So at least that is going well in their favor. But still...
Yeah, so now that Sparky has cleared this, where is he going to go next, given that this seed is being very stingy with the options for progression? I think Sparky may be realizing what he has to do, or no, he's going to go to the old man. This check is again out of logic, but since he is comfortable doing these dark rooms, he can get an item here.
Yeah, but given that it is out of logic, I wouldn't hold my breath of it being anything substantial. I mean, there's a chance given how many items we saw out there, but I wouldn't hold my breath on the idea. This should be interesting. Well, let's see if it pays off. He's got the old man and just a piece of heart, as I suspect.
Yeah,
yeah, I think Maniacal said it best earlier in the chat, is that, you know, the question comes down, why did they get the ice beam? That might be the only thing they can do.
So Sparky is going to make his Eastern Palace play. So we'll see if Sparky will give us some intel about where the green pendant is.
Don't see many people checking this information, but you never know. Unless you're in Key Sanity. Oh, there we go. Green pendant in Misery Mine.
So, yeah, that's really interesting, given that they got such an early flute. Flute will at least not be needed for Misery Mire, unless Sahasrahla has an item on him, or there is a progression item hiding in a pendant dungeon.
It's both a randomizer, and it's if there's one thing I've learned about these randomizers, always check pendant dungeon.
Yeah, I commentated a seed yesterday where where Pendant Turtle Rock wound up having the last go mode item for both runners.
It's pretty much a given. Like, you know, obviously you want to eliminate your options first. Don't make it the first place you go, but don't ever count out pendant dungeons, because 9 times out of 10 they have something. Especially if it's an item-heavy location like Misery Mire or especially Swamp Palace, you're going to want to check that.
Oats is doing his Troll Dorm play.
A little bit better luck so far. Now it's going to start to get crazy. Can he hold out? And he got him. Nicely done. First try.
So at this point, I think Oats has exhausted the checks that he can currently make, unless I have missed something that
No,
Sparky
I'm
checked.
looking at my tracker. I'm looking at my tracker. You're pretty much on point here. Now, if indeed we are looking at alpha power bombs, that might be a benefit to Oats because that's his territory. If anyone's going to be able to get up to that location, it's going to be him.
Yeah, but he also did not go right into that direction after finishing the Tower of Hera, so guess he's heading back into Hyrule Castle.
Indeed. And it looks like Evilsparky is going to make the play on the Eastern Palace Big Key chest. Now, again, as you mentioned before, this is a dark room, so odds are good this won't be anything of major progression, at least immediate progression, but with how many items we still have out there more than half an hour in, anything's possible. But I can safely say this is it. Like, if they don't find anything significant here, there's nothing left.
So Oats heading back down the escape that I earlier cleared. So did he not make it all the way down and I missed it, or?
Most likely. All right, looks like going to heal up a little bit there for Evilsparky, but he does get it. And half magic. Not bad, but not what he's looking for.
Okay, yeah, looks like Oats just had not finished going through the entire escape.
Sparky gonna run over to Ice Rod Cave. He didn't check this earlier. They're trying to exhaust every option they have that we know, based on our knowledge, that this is all a waste of time. They're not gonna find anything here. We pretty much have narrowed it down exclusively to alpha power bombs. That's all that's left. It's gonna come down to who makes that play first.
And Oats looks like he's going into the back of Escape, which is all dark rooms, so he's going to have to be able to navigate that and to find the Dark Cross item, which is out of logic.
Indeed. Also, by the way, shout out to Grandius for the raid there. Got ourselves a 22-person raid. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to our little race here between Evilsparky and Oatsngoats. Oats trying to work his way through the sewers here in back end of Escape. Again, this is out of logic. Even with the fire rod, it's suggested that you have it in just the small key, which means the last two items have to be in the back end. And he's going to go.
Yeah, so even these back items are also out of logic because our runners do not have the Tier 1 gloves. So it looks like we're going to see a fake flipper play from Evilsparky's side.
Yep. More out of logic plays. They're trying to find it. Like, I'm wondering if they even realize that alpha power bombs is a thing for them right now. They're trying to figure out every other possible option they have. Sooner or later, somebody's going to put the pieces together. But until then, we're going to be seeing a lot of out of logic plays, and very few, if any of them, are going to pay off.
So, Sparky about to check Hobo.
All right, right, Oats makes it to the back of Escape. We're going to be seeing those 3 chests soon. And what we have here from Hobo, just a missile pack. And in the back of Escape, we've got Bow. That's a big one. 10 arrows and Spring Ball.
Spring Ball not terribly useful at the moment. Yeah, so they have Bow, so technically Oats can now finish Eastern, but that completion is out of logic.
And even then, there's no guarantee that it's going to pay off in any way either. But the good thing is that Spring Ball, once they do find the Morph Ball, will help save them a lot of bombs because and actually that's another thing. We have not found a single power bomb drop. That is very rare this far into the game. Let's see what we have here at Zora. Red bottle sitting on the ledge there. If we had flippers, that'd be helpful, but useless right now. But now it's time to play Life Lesson, Love Lesson, or Value from the Big Fish.
Yeah, Sparky has way more than enough rupees for this check. The Houlihan play early helping out with that.
Not to mention the 600 rupees we got in Kakariko earlier. And just a no tank.
Yeah, that's an item that often you do not want to see before you go into Super Metroid, because you have to manually fill that reserve.
All right. Evilsparky now going to save and quit and head back into Super Metroid. Now, he has not checked Blueprint Star, but we know there's nothing down there. He's probably thinking at this point he's desperate, but he doesn't realize how desperate he's actually going.
Meanwhile, Oats is going to go through the dark rooms to get to the big key chest in Eastern. Sparky is going to turn off his ice beam, which is going to help with killing the pirates quickly. With the ice beam, he would have to do one more hit.
Yep, especially since he's got that plasma beam, which is very helpful. That is the strongest regular beam in the game on its own. As Oatsngoats picking up his half magic there. Again, not what he was hoping for. But he's going to actually get one more item ahead of Evilsparky, since he'll be able to defeat the Armos Knights and see what that last item is. Now, he does have to go through one more dark room, and again, out of logic as a result. So this will be interesting, but if it's a good item, it could help.
Yeah, it's also a somewhat dangerous dark room because there are a great number of enemies here, and he has to be able to shoot one invisible Igor to get a key. Which he gets and then takes a death.
Right as he gets the key. Now, thankfully, he'll keep the key, but that means he's going to have to go all the way back around to get to it.
So, Oat's going to give it another attempt. He has the key now, but this is taking a lot of time. So if he does not find an item that gives him some kind of progression, even if it's out of logic progression, then that is going to potentially put him behind.
He's making a big gamble here, but then again, there's nothing but gambles left. But it looks like Evilsparky might be the first one to make the attempt, because he is heading back into the Norfair. Now, so he's probably going to have to make his way up. He's going to check. He's going to save real quick, it looks like. Or because he's way too weak to be pulling a hell run this early. So he's just going to save because of low energy. But he is going to head up. He may be the first one to try to work his way up the red tower. Now, with the Ice Beam, even with the Ice Beam, this will be tricky, but it's honestly his best shot. If there's, you know... But the same, you know, there has to be something up there, because otherwise we're soft-locked. Like, there has to be something at Alpha Power Bombs.
Oats, meanwhile, making it through the dark room on his second attempt. Now just has to make it through the red Igors to the boss.
Thankfully, he's good on arrows, and he can restock real quick. Alright, so Oats now taking on the Armos Knights. Gonna get some early kills there. Nicely done. Just gonna pound away at him. Takes him out real quick and gets just an E-Tank. Not what he was hoping for there. But that is the end of Eastern Palace for Oats. So now, Red Tower is all that's left.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll starting to get this many E-Tanks may mislead Oats into thinking he needs to, or into doing Hell Runs. Hell Runs are not in normal logic, but with a couple of energy tanks, at least the Hell Run to Ice Beam is pretty doable.
Sparky now heading across into pink, heading through Green Hill Zone here. But again, unless he wants to gate glitch, and that one's a tricky gate glitch to do, there's really no way through. But he is going to go for it.
Yeah, even if he gets the gate glitch, I don't think there's any items he can pick up, because he's going to get stopped by a morph tunnel one way and a power bomb door the other way, and a morph tunnel on the other item in this room.
Oats, where are you going? You can't do Aghanim right now. You don't have a Smasher Sword or a Cape. That's out of... There's no way. Sparky was trying to do a bit of a trick to get into that tunnel there, but again, that's Morph Ball locked. So that's useless. But I think Oats is stuck. He doesn't know where to go. I think he's stumped, and I don't entirely blame him. Like, we know where to go, but they probably don't. They probably haven't even considered Alpha Power Bombs. You know, you don't think about something like that because it's so out of the way, and you need some pretty good skill to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, I do not doubt that both of our runners can do that, but just considering how far away it is from the Norfair portal, and the fact that this would be a soft lock in the vanilla game probably means that it's not something that is going to immediately come to mind.
Yeah, but even my tracker confirms that this is all they have left. They have to check this one spot. They've checked literally everything else that they can do in logic, and even in some cases out of logic. All right, looks like Evilsparky1's making the play. He's heading up the tower now.
So what progression item do we think is going to be at Alpha Power Bombs?
At this point, it has to be the Morph Ball. Like, there's anything else, like Lamp wouldn't do any good because we already know what else he can get with the Lamp. That's out. Maybe a Power Glove, but even again, that doesn't give them very much to work with. I'm calling Morph.
Sparky is making the correct decision here. And Oats, I think, has finally figured out what he needs to do.
All right, moment of truth. What is here? What is the play? And it's the hammer. Now, it may not seem like it's much, but that does open up several items in Death Mountain, because that opens up East Death Mountain. That's a total of 8 items. So that is helpful. It's not what we were expecting, but it does point him in the right direction, because that's going to give him Paradox Cave, and it's going to give him Spiral Cave. And he's going to check here, but he can't. He doesn't have a Power Bomb, and even if he did, he can't use Morph Ball. He doesn't have Morph Ball to check that either, so he's going to have to skip that for now. So he's going to head back up to Criteria.
Meanwhile, Oats has indeed finally figured out what he has to do and is making his way up to Alpha Power Bombs.
Oh, this is probably one of the trolliest seats I've ever seen. I mean, we're 45 minutes in. We still haven't even found the Morph Ball. That is insane. I normally see that within half.
Yeah, I have definitely seen my share of trolley seeds, but like, as far as early progression, this is definitely the trolliest.
Yeah, normally by now we would have seen something, whether it be Dark World access or a Morph Ball by now, but we have not seen either. That is unbelievable. But this is the play. Oates now has his hammer. He's going to be heading out the same way Evilsparky did. We're going to head back up to Death Mountain. Like we said, there are 8 items over there. One of those has to be a huge play. All right, Oates is making his way back into Hyrule here as Evilsparky having to use the warp tile to get back into the Dark World and mirror back through to get over to East Death Mountain.
It picks up that 10 arrow pack. Not something that's immediately useful to him, but he can finally start to get some progression as soon as he hammers this peg.
And it looks like he's going to go straight into Paradox Cave. He's going to check the floating island here first once he gets past these dead rocks. Power Bomb pack up there. Not be too bad.
But it's going to take him a while to be able to get those.
Indeed, but instead, we're going to have some resident sleepers because we are heading the slow way through the Spiral Cave. All right, here we go. What do we start off with here in the Spiral Cave? We have 5 bomb upgrade. Not quite. It's going to come down to Paradox Cave.
And Paradox Cave is 7 items. It has the highest item density of any overworld location. So
if we're going to find something, it's going to be here. It has to be here.
So yeah, we have our hype cave in this game, but like in this run, this is going to be the hype cave.
No question. Let's see what we get. Starting off in the bottom, we got 2 chests. There's our power glove and the gravity suit. My God, that is awesome right out the gate.
So yeah, it's already up there, and like it's already at least 8 out of 10, and we still have 5 locations to check.
Indeed. But we still don't have any major progression here, especially not for high rolls. Oh no! Evilsparky takes a death!
So, yeah, with that, Oats has the opportunity to potentially take a lead here, but he's also at dangerously low health.
That is very unfortunate for Evilsparky. This low health run we've had so far is really starting to hurt them. As Oats now picking up his 2 items from the bottom. Now let's see if Oats can get what's up top. Those mini mold arms are not playing nice today.
Yeah, Oats picked up a couple hearts, so yeah, you should be good here.
Ooh, that was close. Almost got stuck. All right, moment of truth. What do we have? We have flippers, space jump, charge beam, E-tank, and mushroom. My God, this cave is the hypest I've ever seen.
Can we just officially rename Hype Cave and rename Paradox Cave to the Hype Cave 2.0?
I've been calling it that for years. I've been for months now. I've always said this is the true Hype Cave, and this seed just proved it. As Evilsparky takes yet another death on death. My God. I don't think I've ever seen either of these hype caves pay out like this.
So, at this point, Oats is going to be doing all of the checks in the Zora area, except now they are in Logic, and he can also check the waterfall fairy chests.
Indeed, that opens up several lines. And bear in mind, we know there's a bottle of red goo hiding on the Zora ledge. That opens up Sick Kid for another potential item location. So we've got a lot of possibilities here. Little by little, this seed is starting to open up. Goat's gonna fly over to... Oh, this is actually really smart. He's gonna fly over and turn his mushroom now.
So and then shoot a fire rod shot at the witch.
Oh, he's just lighting the kill. He's just lighting the cauldron up for. That's all. Let's see what he get for it. There. Oh, the moon pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dark World access.
Yep, Dark World access, and with this, Oats takes a pretty significant lead.
You know, that is, I'm pretty sure that's 2 races in a row that I've calmed where Moon Pearl was at Mushroom. That is nuts. Because I just calmed a race last week that had the exact same thing. Mushroom leading to Morph Ball, or Moon Pearl at Mushroom. What do we have here in the Fairy Cave? 5-arrow upgrade and a piece of heart, so not much there.
Yeah, so... no big payout there, which is potentially good for Sparky because Sparky may not venture up this way given that he has already been in this direction.
He's at least going to turn in his mushroom, which is the smart play. He's going to get his Moon Pearl, and he will be very happy he did so. But that... again, the Sick Kid could have something, and if he does, that's going to probably deter Evilsparky since he won't think to go check that.
Oats gets his life lesson, and will go down to get his model.
No, well, I thought Evilsparky was going to finally go grab that bottle and check the Fairy Cave, but nope, he has changed his mind. I think, no.
He might be taking the portal there.
Yeah, he's taking the portal there. So now the question is, what is Oates' next play? He's got a lot of options available to him right now. Oh. I was gonna say, if you're going to King's Tomb, you might want to rethink that. You need both. You need boots and Titan's mitts for that. Now he's heading over to Kakariko. He might turn it. Yeah, he's gonna check Sick Kit first, and then he's probably gonna head over to the Dark World, whether it be Skull Woods or Village of Outcast. Let's see what Sick Kit's got for us. Just a big 20. Well, we just stole his life saving.
Okay. Well, after such a hype Paradox Cave, I guess we can get some less hype checks in there. And Oates will need a certain amount of rupees to do the chess game, digging game, and to pay Kiki eventually.
Indeed, but we're finally entering the Dark World almost an hour into this race. We got our check here. Blue Pendant at Skullwoods, Crystal 5 at Thieves Town. I did not see where Crystal 6 was hiding.
I believe it was at Pod.
Yes, Crystal 6 at Pod.
Oates needs to be a bit careful with his health here.
Indeed, he's very close to death, and he does not want to die this early on. Watch out for that spear. Oh, I just said watch out for it. They don't listen to me, I guess. All right, let's see what we've got here at the chess game. We got 100 rupees. That helps. And blue mail. Hey, we'll take that.
Yeah, Oates could have maybe used that blue mail a little bit ago. Opening up Thieves Town. Not going in yet. Gonna do some of the other Village of Outcasts checks first.
Gonna check out the Sea House. Gets a heart container. Oh, Sank Heart. Good timing for that.
Yep. One more location in Village of Outcasts to check, and then I think Thieves Town is probably the play. He can fully clear that dungeon.
Indeed, and it is Crystal 5, so definitely don't want to ignore that. You know, they've got the hammer, so they could like you said, full clear is possible. You definitely do not want to forget the big chest in Thieves Town. That's, you know, if it's got an item in it, you don't want to leave it behind. But let's get our start running here. We start things off. There's the early small key play. So we'll be seeing the big chest without too much trouble there.
Big key guaranteed to be in one of these first 4 chests.
Indeed. There's the Titan's mitts. French vanilla Titan's mitts, if I'm not mistaken. And that opens up much, much more of the world for them. Gets out a buddy beam, hit with another one.
Yeah, this is really interesting how quickly this seed has opened up. Now the thing is, like, pretty much a very, very large amount of Link to the Past is open to our runners. On the other hand, Super Metroid, they still are looking for that Morph Ball and for either Morph Ball bombs or, well, preferably a Power Bomb pack.
Indeed. This is a weird scenario. Again, we're about coming up on an hour in, and yeah, Link to the Past has opened up wide thanks to finding those Titans mitts in Thieves Town, but Super Metroid is still completely closed off. There is nothing logically available in Super Metroid right now because we've had to check everything there, and we still don't have that Morph Ball. Once we find that and some power bombs, this seed will blow open wide. This is unusual.
Both of our runners in Thieves Town, which is the typical first dungeon that people will do in Dark World.
It's the easiest to clear. You don't need many specific items aside from the hammer. So it makes sense that this is where a lot of our runners would go to start off with. I mean, even like with Pod, you have to have the bow and the hammer to complete it. Whereas Thieves Town, you only need the hammer if you need to check the big chest. There's a big 20 there for Oats. That's item number 2. So there's 2 left. So down, we've got 3 item locations left. We've got the main chest, we've got the big chest, and we've got Blind himself. Which one of those will have the map, and which of the 2 will have the items?
Yep. Now, importantly, in his last race in this tournament, Oats forgot to collect the big chest in this dungeon. So we are hoping that in this particular run, he remembers to pick that up, especially if it winds up having an item in it.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going, Oats? Oh, he's just trying to get around, but they're not letting him through. There he goes. Oh, and hey, hard to boot. That's and he immediately. So I do thank him for grabbing another heart, so we don't have to hear that beeping.
He's just going right there. He doesn't want to forget about it again.
I don't entirely blame him. It's not that big of a detour, just a piece of heart, but it does give him a health refill, so not entirely a bad call. It means there's 1 item left. So it's either going to be the map or an item here in this chest. And it's our power bomb pack. So that takes care of that, which means Blind will have the map.
So that is half of the obstacles to Super Metroid progression. Now we're just looking for that morph ball.
Well, we're bound to find it eventually. We've got a ton of locations in Link to the Past we can check now. We still have the rest of the lower end of Village of Outcasts, aka the digging game. We've got good old Jeremiah still left to turn in. We've got the Peg game, or the Peg cave, Old Stumpy, Mirror Cave, Hype Cave is still in play. Not to mention Dark Death Mountain and Misery Mire with the Mire Shed and Checkerboard Cave still in play. So there's a lot of locations left to check. And now we're starting the blind fight. Oh, it's gonna be a little more careful here. He's taking a bit too much damage. 2 more hits should do it. Oh, smart using that red potion when he did. That's almost guaranteeing him he's gonna be able to finish this off. And goodbye. Yeah, I gotta pick up the item first.
Yep. He might not want that map, but he's gotta take it. So with that, I think Oats is going to start his Dark World tour of overworld locations. He has pretty much everything open to him. Gonna first go for the digging game, having a little trouble jumping off that ledge, but eventually gets it.
All right, let's see what good old Alec Baldwin's got for us here.
Yeah. How many digs do you think he's gonna have to do?
Let's find out. One dig. I don't think I've ever seen that before. 1 dig for a big...
Oats taking a second to decide what he wants to do, but I think turning in the frog might be a good start.
Indeed, picking up good old Jeremiah, as I like to call him, because as anyone knows, Jeremiah was the bull. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't forget about Peg Cave once he comes back, but let's see what the frog's got for. And looks like they're bombsmiths today, working on some power bomb.
Yep. With 2 power bomb packs, that should be enough to basically for Oats to not really have to be that concerned with ammo. Oats has to clear this the slow way because an item that they have not yet found is the Pegasus boots.
Indeed, but what do we got here for his trouble? Yeah, some extra health. Well,
yeah, I think with how low health Oats has found himself in several situations, he is going to pick that up. Going to leave behind the purple chest for now.
Bit of an odd call since he really he has the ability to quick travel to get that dropped off, but then again, he wants to do the rest of the southern tour, taking out Old Stumpy and of course the Mirror Cave, as I call it. Or Cave south of Grove, as most people know it. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he's realized he forgot something. Yeah, he's going back. He forgot the lunchbox.
Yeah, because, I mean, all of these southern checks he can do while having the chest following him. Pretty much the only things he can't do are go into a dungeon or the digging game. Because the digging game vendor will not be happy with you having someone following you.
Unfortunately, this is just giving more time for Evilsparky to catch up. Now, Evilsparky is an ALTTP runner, so this is more of his territory, while Oats is obviously the Super Metroid runner. But then again, with how much Super Metroid is going to open up as soon as they get that Morph Ball, I think any time lost here, he's going to immediately make up for once he starts getting some plays in Super Metroid. Let's find out what Old Stumpy's got for us here. Well, there's our lamp.
And that puts a lot of the checks that Oats has done into logic.
This also means that right now, Pod can be full cleared. So that could be interesting. All right, so what do we got in the purple chest? Master Sword. Hey, we'll take that.
Yep. That will increase his damage output pretty significantly.
Oh, and I did not see what we just missed at Mirror Cave. Let me just double check the restream here real quick, because we just missed that. Just 50 rupees.
And Oats realizing he forgot something and coming back for it.
Yeah, that was the Mirror Cave I was talking about there, or Cave south of Grove, whichever you prefer. Answer question, chat. No, Hype Cave has not been checked, but I get the feeling that's where Oats is heading now. So it's Hyper Gripe time, ladies and gentlemen. And given how many items we still have left in play right now, I'd say there's a good chance we might get at least a little bit of hype. Wait, Oats? Why are you going in there? He did it again. He rushed into Swamp Palace. He forgot, wait, I don't have hook shot. That's useless to me.
Yeah, I think with all of the hype progression we've been getting, I think it's easy to get caught up in that and not realize that, wait, he doesn't have hook shot.
Yeah, as chat's saying, confusion setting in here. Now, let's see, Hyper Gripe. We get big 20 to start things off. Not a good sign. You already had the bomb selected, Oats. All right, what do we got in here? Come on, let's see some hype. We've got... He's going to start from the back. Missile pack. 10 arrows. Bombs. And Morph Ball bombs. Well... I'd call that a 2, maybe a 3 out of 10 tops.
Yeah, I mean, something had to balance out that, like, abnormally hype Paradox Cave.
Now, where's he going?
Oats going? How though that Oats can get through the Meridia backdoor without morph?
No, I don't think he can. And the only other thing he can do here, maybe he's going the long way around to pod? It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that has to be what he's thinking.
Oh, we're getting a pyramid check here from Evilsparky. Wait, no, Oats is going to Ice Palace. Interesting. And just a missile pack there on the... And he takes a death. Maybe he was just going to refill his health real quick? I don't know.
I'm guessing that's what he was doing. Yeah, because now he's going to come in with much better health.
It's a bit of a risky play because, again, there's stuff... Without the hook shot, there's stuff he can only get out of logic. But it would be interesting play if he finds... Meanwhile, Evilsparky heading over to pod. So it means we're going to be getting a visit from everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the Monkey. 110 rupees down the drain.
And Sparky wants to make sure he does not get hit here, or Kiki will run away and demand another 10 rupees.
Someone call Phantom Ryu, because that's gotta be Kane! Kane of Samaria found in Ice Palace.
Oats taking another death. Thinking long and hard about whether he actually wants to continue with this dungeon and decides against it.
No, understandable there. Meanwhile, Evilsparky starting his run in what Dr. Bob Tasek likes to call the Mullet Mansion. For those of you who don't know, when it comes to Palace of Darkness, most of the keys tend to be towards the front, while most of the items tend to be locked back in the back. So like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
Sparky gonna start by going to the bow locked portion.
Not probably the smartest play to make here. I mean, you have the bow, might as well check it out.
And Oats finally making the play towards pod.
All right, now, let's see what else we find in here. Another small key.
And Oats gets hit and has to pay the extortionist another 10 rupees.
Meanwhile, Evilsparky just found hook shot. That is a huge play there for him.
Now, the one thing from Oates' short dive into Ice Palace is that he does have Cane of Samaria, which will make one room in this dungeon slightly faster. Because he'll be able to place the block onto a switch that he will normally have to drag a statue onto.
Yep, I'll give him a little chance to catch up here since he's been falling behind. Now, bear in mind, he has still got a pretty good lead since he's one dungeon ahead, but that can be caught up. It's Eastern Palace. That can be caught up pretty quick. All right, Evilsparky1 goes through, finds another key that's going to allow him to access one more room in the back. He should most likely find one more key back here that'll allow him to check the back rooms. All right, let's see what we've got back here. Oh, high jump boots. That not as helpful since we've got space jump, but nonetheless still helpful. All right, let's see what else we find here. There's our small new key, so that's going to help him check the dark rooms. And the big key, so big chest is now in play.
Yep. The one thing that high jump will definitely help with is the final escape in Super Metroid. That because of all the lag, space jumping is fairly annoying to do there. So having high jump allows you to complete that portion of the game a lot easier.
Indeed, there is another missile pack. There's a heart container.
Oh, it's having a little trouble bombing out that floor. Eventually gets it.
I think we're down to one more item here. So if it's in the big chest, that means Helmelsor's got the map. And yes, that is all the items in pod. That means Helmelsor has to have the map. Now, here's the other fun part. We've already cleared out Thieves Town. And we're about to finish pod. Do you realize what else that opens up?
Yep, that gives us access to Pyramid Fairy. And wouldn't it be hilarious if that winds up being the Morph Ball location?
I'm telling you. But yes, we are going to have our 5-6 crystals, so this should be good.
And there, Sparky has another advantage in the fact that he has enough rupees at the moment to get that, whereas Oates would have to farm some rupees to get to the 100 that is needed to get the Super Bomb.
Remember, the chat forgot Evilsparky doesn't have Cane of Samaria, so he can't use it. That was an Ice Palace.
Oates navigating the dark maze. And finds his heart container. Sparky is about to enter the turtle room in the basement of pod.
One of the most annoying, especially if you try to do this in the dark. Good luck to you on that.
Yeah, only saving grace is there are the torches in there that you could hit with the fire rod to give you some temporary light in that situation. And Sparky is the first to Helmelsor King.
All right, 16 whacks with the hammer plus a few shots with arrows should be enough to take him down. Again, we know he's not going to have an item on him because he'll only have the hammer, but he does open up 2 other item locations, so that might work out. Oh, he's going for bomb strats. You don't see that very often. But a couple bombs pays off. Nicely done. He's having a little trouble with his arrows there. You got to get that center jewel, but he's going to rapid fire. He just takes the damage and takes down the Helmisar.
Yeah, ending off with 42 arrows, so he definitely had the arrows to spare. Actually, both of our runners have the exact same number of arrows at the moment.
Indeed. Yeah, the answer to the life, universe, and everything.
And Oats didn't have the big key the first time he went towards the big chest, so now he has to make another loop through the dark maze. And walking his way out.
And Evilsparky, in the meantime, going to catch himself back up by rushing through Eastern Palace. Like I said before, we'll have to...
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about the most reasonable play that Sparky can make at the moment, considering he can just get there by mirroring. It's literally right there, and it's a crystal that he has to do anyways. Oats making great use of his Cane of Samaria. And with the lamp, Sparky is able to complete the dark room in the back of Eastern Palace much easier than Oats was able to.
Indeed. Especially, yeah, that lamp paying off big time. He's going to blaze through this area. And again, like I said before, Evilsparky has a lot more experience in Link to the Past, so this should allow him to catch up a little bit. He needs to extend his lead as much as possible over Oats, so that when they finally get to Super Metroid, it'll be too much for Oats to catch up on, because he will catch up in Super Metroid. I know for a fact.
Yeah, Oats being one of the very few Super Metroid runners who has a 41 in any percent.
And you can see how quickly Evilsparky clears through Eastern Palace before Oats can even get to Helmisar King. So what little lead Oats may have had is just vanished.
Sparky gonna just save and quit. Yeah, I guess, yeah, his next play may very well be for that Pyramid Fairy, because he's right in the area.
That seems to be exactly what he's going for. I mean, it's 2 items, they're right there. It's easy to get to, and he's got the money to do it. I don't see any reason not to.
Now, do you think he'll follow up that Pyramid Fairy play? Well, assuming that that's what he's going to do, he might just be going to clear out Swamp Palace.
It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Interesting play here, but again, more items in Swamp, honestly. It actually makes sense when you think about it. As Oats now taking out Helmisar King, getting his map, and getting his next crystal.
And now with the mirror able to just delete those blocks in overworld caves. one of those interesting releases from the 1.0 Japanese version of A Link to the Past.
All right, so we're starting our run here in Swamp House. There are 6 items in here. One of those could be a big one. Let's see.
But that first chest always has to be a key, otherwise you could not descend further into the dungeon, this not being key sanity.
Yeah, only in key sanity is that not the case, but in this case it is. But let's see what else we find here. Missile pack to start things off, not too bad.
Definitely racking up the ammo.
So truth be told, because we've already got Charge Beam and Plasma Beam, we don't really need that many missiles. Like, the only time you really need missiles is for, like, Ridley and Mother Brain, and the Charge Plasma combo kind of counteracts them.
Yeah, so they basically just need the bare minimum to be able to defeat Mother Brain 1. And that's probably all the ammo they'll pick up. Oats also going into Swamp, not going for the block deletion strat. And now Sparky is going for the chest that I believe is the Vanilla Compass chest.
Indeed. And we find Vanilla Compass. Anyone up for vanilla ice cream around here?
And Sparky, having a key to get in here, goes for the quick strat to get to this next key room.
Yep, he's going to do the early left side swamp play. Now, sometimes a lot of runners don't go for this, but again, with how many items they still have left to find, now's a good time to start really digging item locations. So doing the left side early is probably a good...
So what do you think we could possibly see on the left side of Swamp?
At this point, anything. We've got so many things left to find. I couldn't even begin to guess what could be over here.
Yep, well, we'll see what he finds here. It would be ideal if one of these wound up being the big key, so that he could check the big key chest.
Got just an energy tank there.
So this is starting to become a pretty healthy seed, and then just a missile pack. So unless I missed the big key somewhere in the start of the dungeon, it is in the back of the dungeon, on Argus, or locked in the big chest.
Yeah. They're going to hope that it's locked in the big chest so they don't have to, kill Argus, get all the way back there. But no matter what, they're going to have to, return to get the big chest, since the only items left now are in the back end of Swamp. Now chat coming up with all the trolley ways we could end up finding Morph Ball, since we still have not found it. We're coming up on an hour and a half in, and we still have not found that Morph Ball. That is unreal.
Yeah. I think Yeah, the last seed that Evilsparky played in this tournament was a seed in which he had to clear virtually all of Super Metroid before being able to do much in Link to the Past, and this is proving to be the complete opposite way around.
Though one person in the chat brings up the worst case scenario, Morph on pedestal.
That would indeed be troll.
Ooh, tempered sword. And there's the map, which means the last thing we can check is Argus himself. He either has the last item or the big key where the last item is. But let's see. This race is getting more and more exciting by the minute because that morph ball is still ever elusive.
But yeah, our runners are basically following very similar routes. So if they keep following about the same row, Oats getting trolled by not finding a key. Has he not picked up the key on that ledge there?
I think so. I think he forgot about that key, but he's getting it now. As Evilsparky starts his fight with Argus here, doing very quickly thanks to that tempered sword. Nice quick kill there. 2 hits. What does he drop? A heart piece, which means the final big key, the big chest has the big key. That's it for Swamp. So looking at my tracker here, we've completed 5 dungeons. We've 5 crystal dungeons, and we still don't have that morph ball. And we are once again slowly running out of locations. Like, you know, we've checked Zora, so we've got that covered. We've got, there's East Dark Death Mountain that hasn't been checked yet. Now that we have that hook shot, we still have Catfish. We've got the Mire and Desert areas left to check. But looks like we're going into Ice Palace next.
Yeah, Sparky with a lot more health going into Ice now, and with the ability, I believe, to full clear the dungeon.
Yes, Ice Palace is full clearable now. In fact, the only dungeon that's... The only 2 dungeons we can't full clear are Mire and Turtle Rock, and that's simply just because we haven't found any of the medallions yet either.
Yeah, we have not found the medallions, and we have not found the ice rod. And that ice rod could be, like, virtually anywhere.
Anywhere except for Trinex himself and Ganon's Tower. But anywhere in Hyrule otherwise, and anywhere in Super Metroid. And the fact that we found so many items already, there's not, like, we might be in a situation where we could end up go-moding Super Metroid as a whole, which would be unreal.
Now, so one thing that would be funny is if Morph Ball winds up being here in Ice Palace.
Indeed. Also, a lot of chat's talking about stuff in Ganon's Tower. We know for a fact that no Super Metroid progression items, like the actual progression items, can be in Ganon's Tower. There are Super Metroid items that could be there, but nothing that is required. So you might find beam upgrades there, you might find some missiles and power bombs there, but stuff like, you know, Gravity and Varia, Morph Ball, stuff like that, those cannot be in Ganon's Tower. Also, nice Ice Palace bomb jump there for Evilsparky. Nicely done. And it looks like Oats is going to be following suit, and he's heading into Ice Palace again.
Yep, so our runners are still, like, basically following the same routing, which, I mean, it does kind of make sense. If you're able to clear a crystal dungeon, then there's not a whole lot of reason not to. I mean, I guess the only other theory being if you decide if you want to go mode in a dungeon like Ice Palace, then you might take the risk that there's not progression there.
True, but with how many items we're still looking for even this late in the game, I don't see anyone go moding any dungeons right now. There's just too many things to find. Most importantly being that ever elusive morph ball. Once we find that, then we might see some Gambles play, but right now it is way too many items in play for us to consider that option.
Yeah, Ice Palace being one of those dungeons that is relatively annoying to full clear and relatively easy to go mode.
There's a missile pack, so I believe that's 2 items down. We're still looking for 1 item here in Ice Palace.
So Sparky finds the map.
All right, what else we got? And there's our last item. That's the Ether Medallion. We've got our Harry Potter coin. So that's all the items in Ice Palace. We're done. We can just go straight to the Cold Stare.
Yeah. Now, we also have the big key that I believe has eluded our runners thus far, which could be, or looks to be, on Cold Stare.
There's still that one chest in Ice Palace, but again, at this point, it's pointless. They've got all of the items, the non-dungeon items in Ice Palace. There's no point. And that's the end of Cold Stare. Drops the small key.
And at 138, we have 6 out of 7 crystals on Sparky's side.
And yet, no progression in Super Metroid. That is still unreal to me. That is ridiculous. Like, we're slowly running out of locations to check here. Right now, like I said, we've got Pyramid Fairy, we've got Graveyard Cave, we've got both Myers Shed and Checkerboard Cave. We still have Catfish in play. We still have Dark Death Mountain. And we still have Skull Woods in play. Nobody's even checked Skull Woods.
And Sparky is heading towards the Mire area, probably to collect some of these areas and get some intel on what medallion is required for Mire, which looks to be Bombos.
Bombos. So we don't have to worry about that for a little while yet. Let's see what we have here in the Mire Shed. We've got a 5-bomb upgrade and missile pack. So nothing. Next stop for him is going to be the Checkerboard Cave. Oh, actually, scratch that. He's going to Desert.
Now, there is an item in Desert that is boots locked. So if that happens to be the big key or the small key or even a progression item, then this is going to be a very quick.
It's the big key. We are boots locked. Now, luckily, Desert Palace is a pendant, so it's not super required, but the big chest could be holding something here. And there's the compass, which means the small key has to be in the big chest. That's it.
Yeah, but that check only took a few seconds to do, so Sparky did not spend much time on that.
Not a big time loss for him, indeed, but we'll see how that comes into play later. Meanwhile, it's time to check out the checkerboard cave, and we have just a big 20.
And now the big 20s are really starting to show up.
I'm calling it right now. I'm getting closer and closer to suspecting Pyramid Fairy. Like, they've had that sitting there forever and nobody's bothered checking it.
Yeah, and especially with it just being so early in the progression. Interesting play.
Yeah, I gotta at least try this one item, but he can't get to it because he needs a bomb. But he can't use a bomb because he doesn't have the morph ball. So his next stop's going to be Dark Death Mountain, it looks like. We've got Super Bunny Cave and Hookshot Cave up here for a total of 6 items.
Yep. And Paradox Cave wound up being a hugely hype. So maybe the other caves in Dark Death Mountain will be equally hype. Although I don't know that anything can quite match how hype that Paradox Cave was.
You ain't topping that. Not by any stretch, but you never know. Might at least get some good out of this. Oh, it's having a little trouble here in Ice Palace here. I think he's about near the end, though. Nice hookshot glitch there for Evilsparky. All right, let's in Super Bunny Cave. B-Torp. And 300 rupees.
Yeah, rupees at this point aren't super necessary. I think they've cleared most of the things that require rupees, but I mean, maybe a potion or two late. But
indeed,
I think our runners are of the.
Let's see, we got Bloopy there starting off Hookshot Cave. There it is! There it is! We've got our morph ball!
Some victory sword swipes. And
Victory
Sparky is the first one. And Sparky will be the first one able to get into Super Metroid. And Quake Medallion is required for Turtle Rock.
Oh, and I think Evilsparky's gonna, well, it might be too soon to go for, but he's at least going to open it up. You know, we don't have Ice Rod yet, and with how many item locations just opened up for him, I probably wouldn't consider going in there just yet. So, an hour and 43 minutes it took us to find the dang morph ball. Wow! That is absolutely insane.
So yeah, looking at Go Mode items, our runners are going to need Varia, at least for Super Metroid. I think they could do it without Speed Booster. So what do we have? So on the Link to the Past side, we have the Bombos, or no, because
the only thing we actually need in Link to the Past is Ice Rod. That's literally all we need for Go Mode, because they don't need boots since Desert's not required. They don't need anything for Misery Mire, so they don't need the Bombos Medallion. They literally only need the Ice Rod. I mean, Silvers would be nice, but it's not required. The only thing they need is Ice Rod.
So basically, Ice Rod and Varia, and then they're in Go Mode.
It's got a question in chat. No, they do not need Quake. Quake is not required.
And someone does bring up in chat that there is still that possibility that the big key in Ganon's Tower could be on the torch. A situation that Oats is all too familiar with from his GDQX run a month or so ago. So that could potentially be another item required for Link to the Past Go Mode.
That is true. But it's a 1 in 22 chance. Honestly, the odds of that are slim. I wouldn't worry too much about the idea, but you can't discount it either. I will.
Oats about to find out his disappointing news. If he hasn't already and I just missed it.
I think he may have already seen it.
Yeah.
But Evilsparky now working his way through Turtle Rock. Now again, unless he finds Ice Rod along the way, he's not going to be able to complete this dungeon. But, and that actually worries me, because I think that might be a waste of time, since there's really no need for him to be here. You've got a better chance of finding the Ice Rod in Super Metroid, given how many item locations are available to him there. This might be a bit of a gamble. And I don't think it's going to be one that pays off for him, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is probably a gamble that he's going for just because he knows how skilled of a Super Metroid runner that Oatsngoats is. And so he is not expecting at all to be able to beat Oatsngoats in Super Metroid. So by taking this gamble to find Ice Rod in Turtle Rock itself, he's just saying, I'm not going to even attempt to play Oats's game. I'm going to play my game and hope that I can get lucky with this. Oats also making the same attempt of a play into Lower Norfair.
Now comes the fun part where we start to really see this seat open up. There's a big 20 there for Evilsparky. That leaves him with 3 items left, not including Mimic Cave, which is its own item location. There are 3 items left in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's really interesting how close Oats and Evilsparky's routing has actually been. Like, ever since they found that hammer, they have basically been just following almost exactly the same route.
Very true, but I do agree with chat. The minute Oats goes into that hookshot cave and gets that morph ball, that's just going to change, because you know exactly where Oats is going to go. He is going to catch up quick, blazing through Super Metroid once he gets through there. All right, Evilsparky now heading into Mimic Cave.
And the item in Mimic Cave is the blue cane.
Yes, Cane of Brian. And now comes Oates' moment of happiness.
Well, it's putting us in a little bit of suspense for a bit.
And he's going straight up, and there it is. There's a small key that was guaranteed to be there for Evilsparky, which means there's one more small key guaranteed to be on Laser Bridge. And we also know one of them has to be a dungeon item, either the map or the compass, if not both. So there's minimum one item on Laser Bridge, possibly two.
So, yeah. There's the possibility that one of those could be Ice Rod, and I think that would be an... I don't know if I'd say it would be an advantage for Sparky, but actually it probably would be, because like how long would it take for Oates to decide to just dive into Turtle Rock looking for the Ice Rod?
Oh, there it is! There it is! Ice Rod on Laser Bridge!
So, Evilsparky basically can finish Link to the Past barring a torch, or barring a big key on the torch in Ganon's Tower.
Oh man, what a play!
This seed is delivering in like every way possible.
I'm telling you, as Oates, as I suspected he would, making the play into Super Metroid at last. Sparky gonna take an intentional death here to heal up. Let's see what we have in the Bomb Chorizo room. Oh, tried to do the quick escape there, but he's gonna have to take the Power Bomb pack and take on the Bomb Chorizo,
who will die in all of 2 super shots.
This puts Oates in a very bad position here, because with Evilsparky gonna basically has Go Mode Link to the Past. He's gonna finish this up. He could even finish Link to the Past completely, defeat Ganon before he even steps foot into Super Metroid. That's gonna give him a lot of extra time to work on that, because, well, let's be honest, he's going to basically only have to look for Varia, and he's in Go Mode.
So the big remaining interesting question is, where is that Varia going to be? I didn't catch what was at the end of Gauntlet, but I presume it wasn't anything super important. Yeah, no, just energy tank and missiles.
No, not much there. Down goes phase 1 of Trinex. And I'm gonna prep up the big just in case, because we might be doing our big key guessing game a little early here tonight. If that's where Evilsparky decides to go, we'll know. If he says it quits or flutes out, then we're going to hold off on it. But if he's going towards Ganon's Tower, we're going to have to start that game a lot earlier than I think any of us expected to. But we're not going to see much of any items aside from missiles or anything. And yeah, he's going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get your guesses in chat. There are 22 possible locations inside of Ganon's Tower where that big key could be hiding. Let us know in the chat. If you're a subscriber or supporter, you'll be able to participate officially in our big key guessing game. Let's see where this goes.
Actually, like, one of the best things that could happen for Oats right now would be for Big Key to be on that torch. That would even things up tremendously.
Indeed. But here we go.
Oats is comfortable with the number of power bombs he currently has, skipping that one by the Edicoons.
All right, small key at number, I didn't say it was at number 1, but it was just a heart piece at number 2. So he's gonna have to go left side. And just a missile pack on the torch at number 3, so Bob will live today. All right, let's see what we got here at number 4. Grapple beam, number 5. Small key, number 6. Missile pack, number 7. Small key, so the hunt is still... All right, coming up on number 8 here in the fire bar room. Quake. We've got our bacon coin. Oh, it's gonna go for wave skip here.
And gets it. Interestingly, he turns off the high jump boots to get it. I think a lot of runners consider that trick to be a lot more difficult without high jump boots.
Oh, Evilsparky having a little trouble there in the fire snake room. Gonna have to heal up a little bit. That fire snake kind of caught him off guard. All right, coming up on number 9. Nope, small key again.
Yep. Meanwhile, Oats with a clean spore spawn skip.
Nicely done. All right, here comes the rando room here for Evilsparky. All right, let's keep the count going. Number 10, triple bombs. Number 11, compass. Number 12, 5 bump arrow upgrade, and number 13, just a no tank.
To answer the question in chat, Billy Mays has not been checked yet because our runners have not had the capability to check Billy Mays up until now.
Red Meringue up there in Green Hill Zone. It looks like Oats might be heading up to Billy Mays now.
Yeah, he's doing the Blue Bryn Star clear.
Yeah, well, Sparky, since he does not have the boots, he's going to have to go the long way around onto the frozen platforms, or onto the invisible platforms to get into another beat torp there for Oats as we enter Bob's room. Gonna wait for Bob to clear out of there. If you will, there he goes. Number 14, just to pick 20. Still have not found that big key yet as we head into the Ice Armos. Bugnet and Billy Mays pulls a heart piece. Not quite what he's looking for here. 15, E-Tank, 16, Big 20, 17. Heart piece or heart.
So, big key is somewhere on right side. Oats, meanwhile, going for the Mother Brain location.
And even old Mother Brain. While Evilsparky working his way here in the... I forget the name of this particular room, but the conveyor torch, I'll call it. Just a missile pack and old Mother Brain. All right, 18. 319. Big key at 19. All right, so congratulations to Semper Fire Dog for getting the big key guessing game. Nicely done.
Oats going to... Oats entering into Red Brinstar. Heading his way down towards X-ray check.
Yep. Now, what's Evilsparky doing? He's already got the big key. What's he checking for?
He ran out of arrows.
Oh, yeah, you kind of need those. All right, what do we have here at X-ray scope? Just a big...
Yep, those couple of mimic rooms. It's interesting because you get all of those arrow capacity upgrades in this version of the randomizer, and even with those arrow capacity upgrades, still running a bit short on arrows. So
blame those ice armos. Those took a lot out of them there.
Yeah, having to basically full clear that area certainly did not help things.
All right, Oats now checking out Spazer. And just finds a power bomb pack.
Yep, not bothering to pick any more of those up. I believe he has 20 right now, and that is almost certainly enough when he also has the morph ball bombs. Not gonna bomb out the Meridia passage yet. That's something you usually see if runners will intend to go back into Meridia on their way out.
No, instead he's going to head straight over to Kraid. So we're gonna get our first Super Metroid boss fight over 2 hours in. We've gotten to this point. That is, again, I still cannot believe that. Heart piece there. He's gonna go ahead and pick that.
Okay, Sparky now has 6 arrows, so assuming he's careful with them, he should be good.
Indeed. While Oats can take on Kraid here, will he take him to the prom or will he be denied?
I expect Oats to make very quick work of Kraid.
And he
does.
Kraid
goes down.
Rejected.
No Kraid DLC today.
What does he get for his troubles? Just a no tank.
Have we seen all of the nope tanks thus far?
I don't know. I think we've only seen maybe 3.
I know we've seen 3. I'm not sure. And that now he gets all of his arrows.
He's good to go for the rest of the run.
Yeah, he's gonna need. Well, no, he doesn't even have silver, so he's not even gonna need them for Ganon.
No, he's going serverless strats, unless he happens to find it on the way up Ganon's tower. Alright, let's see what we have here in the crate E-Tank room. Just another missile pack. Now, since we don't have the Varia suit, he may opt to not run Norfair, but at the same... Yeah, he's not going to go to Norfair. He might go to Meridia, though, since he does have gravity.
Yeah, and this is why I was kind of surprised when he didn't bomb this out on the way in. I think he's looking for, yeah, a running jump up there.
It's going to check out what's up here at the Shine Spark spot. Spazer, well, that's useless.
Yep, not gonna waste any time on that.
He is gonna... Well, I thought he was gonna grab what was over here, but I guess he changed his mind.
Yeah. There may be some of just Hundo route muscle memory coming into play there, although the path that he took is
actually,
also...
Yeah, he saw what was over there. It was a shield upgrade. So he's going to head over to Mama Turtle instead. And there's just a single rupee hidden in the wall and a 10 bomb, possibly upgrade in Mama Turtle's pet.
Yeah, so what's interesting is that Oats has been running Hundo recently, and so it's interesting how much of his routing deviates from the standard Hundo route, because he is just really looking for that Varia suit, and once he finds that, then he is in Super Metroid Go mode.
So Evilsparky now working his way past. He's gotten through the gauntlet now, taking out Landmall 2. Just got to make across the bridges to the torch room, and then he's on his way up. Meanwhile, Oats working his way through Meridia here.
Yep, going to be making his way towards the aqueduct area. And then we'll see if he decides to check the sand pits now or on his way back from Dragon. Looks like he's going up to Dragon first. He will need to do an ice clip to get to Batoon's room. Which he
Nicely
does.
done, very quickly.
Yep. Just using charged plasma shots to quickly take care of Batoon. And to answer a question in chat, Oats could certainly decide to try to beat the game without Varia, and it's certainly within his ability. The thing is, he doesn't know that he doesn't have the guaranteed E-tanks that you would have on a normal RBO run to heal up before and after Ridley. So it would be a very big gamble.
Yeah.
And especially he just, with not picking up a whole lot of ammo, he's not going to have, he would maybe have like one opportunity to Crystal Flash. So, yeah, I think he is going to be looking for that Varia suit.
But for now, it's time to take on Dragon. Now, since we know he can't get Gravity Suit, nor does he have, he's going to have to do normal strats, because he doesn't have Microwave, since he doesn't have X-Ray Scope, he doesn't have Grapple Beam, and he doesn't have Speed Booster, so he can't do any of the fast strats to take on Dragon. He's going to have to do this the hard. And at the same time, Evilsparky taking on Aga 2.
Yeah, Oats going for a bunch of charge shots on Dragon.
And he takes him down. And down goes Aga 2 there for Evilsparky. Oh, Speed Booster for Oats. What are the odds of that? And now it's time for the big pit.
Yeah, that's one of the kind of trolley items he could have gotten in that particular location. I think the biggest trolley item he probably could have found behind there would have been X-Ray.
Yeah, that would have just been evil, but Speed Booster's certainly not much better. And it looks like Evilsparky's deciding whether or not he wants to take on Ganon now. It looks like he's going to finally make his move. Maybe he's going back into Super Metroid at last, or maybe he's thinking he wants to prep up for Ganon.
Yeah, Oats, heading back into Aqueduct, going to probably be checking those items.
Ooh, gets a clip. Try to get a clip there using Speed Booster. You can now check those items, so gets up there. Nicely done. Gets an E-Tank and another E-Tank.
Yep, with the 7 E-Tanks that Oats has now, he has the capability to do stand-up glitch, so I don't anticipate him picking up too many more E-Tanks.
Alright, we see a Super Tank and 100 rupees on right side Sandpit. Not what he was hoping for there. And he didn't save, so he's going to have to go a long way around. Meanwhile, Evilsparky heading into Meridia through the shopping mall.
Yeah, I think Oats was just planning on going up this way anyways because he still has to check the plasma location, and this is a fairly efficient way of getting up there and getting those checks in. So it looks like Sparky is just taking the go mode path towards Dragon.
Oh, silver arrows for Oats.
So this will be interesting because if Sparky does decide to do that check before he goes to defeat Ganon, it will speed up the last phase of his Ganon fight.
Indeed. That could be a good play there. Just depends on where that Varia suit is, but we've got so many checks. I mean, we didn't even check half of Green Brinstar yet. Green or Pink Brinstar, so there's still so many locations left out there for that Varia suit to be. Not to mention Rex Ship is still in play. We haven't even touched that yet. And there's still a couple spots left in Criteria to check.
Yeah, I suspect that Oats is either going to head back into Link to the Past here, or he's going to head back to Aqueduct, and nope, he's going to go right towards the left sand pit and finish basically clearing out Meridia minus Shack Tool. I think Shack Tool may be one of the very last things that Oats checks.
Understandably so.
Getting that really nice speed booster clip through those blocks.
All right, let's see what's in the left sand pit here, as Evilsparky now taking on Dragon.
Going for the grapple kill doesn't necessarily set it up for the quickest possible grapple kill, but also it's facing the more awkward direction to get this kill. But he
got him.
It. So the pathway that Oats has chosen indicates that he's either going to go for Hell Runs in Norfair, or he's just going to go back into A Link to the Past through the Mire portal. Not Mire, Death Mountain portal. Yep, looks like he's going to be checking ice.
Yep, we're going to our first minor Hell Run here. Now, we know Varia cannot be here because it cannot be in a heated room, so we're not going to be seeing it here. But maybe he's hoping for something else. Possibly X-Ray, possibly something else. Wave Beam, maybe. Screw Attack also still in play. And just getting some supers.
I mean, Oats has no idea where the Ice Beam is. So I think that is the big item that he is looking for. And any other like Super Metroid item is pretty much a luxury item.
Pretty much. And also you meant the Ice Rod, not the Ice Beam.
Yes.
Gonna check Crumble Tower. Oh, X-Ray at Crumble Tower.
And Oats just says, no thank you, I have no need for that.
Well, the only bosses he could use it on are already dead, so yeah, I don't see any reason to pick it up at this.
Yeah, so it is correct that there are no Hell Runs required in normal logic. But this room that he's going into is in logic, and he was only able to check that very first part of the room the first time he came here 2 hours ago.
Not like it mattered, because there was nothing there.
Yep, that would have been a very troll place for Varia, though.
I will agree to that. But he is going back to Link to the Past as Evilsparky has picked up his silver.
And I think, yeah, that puts Sparky probably in the best possible position as far as finishing Link to the Past. Gold Sword would maybe improve it a little bit, but I don't think Sparky's going to go super out of his way looking for that.
No, no. If you've got Tempered Sword and you've got Silvers, you are pretty much set to go.
Yeah. Oats, meanwhile, doing a save and quit to get back to Criteria quickly. Or a reset, I should say, and just finding vanilla power bombs.
He's gonna heal up here and restock because he's low on health and ammo here.
Sparky, I think, was thinking about doing a Shack Tool check and then may still be thinking about it. He's thinking long and hard. He's going for the Shack Tool check.
Oh, this ought to be interesting. Meanwhile, Oats now making his way towards Rex ship. Thought about going to Red Tower real quick to check a couple spots he missed there, but nope. He's going to go over here. Sees a submarine missile pack over at the moat.
Yeah, chat correctly pointing out.
Hold on. I think I see it. I think I just saw Varia up there. And there's the shovel. But yeah, I think I just saw Varia.
At that missile location. I could not really tell.
It was hard for me to see it, but I could swear I just saw Varia up there.
Yeah, but as someone in chat did point out, Grapple was in Ganon's tower. So that means that this Shack Tool item cannot be Super Metroid progression.
Also, Oats just found Screw Attack over in the one dead spot of Rex ship that you can check. Let's see what Sparky finds here at Shack Tool. Just a pack of blueberry.
Yeah. Finding Screw Attack before Lower Norfair is pretty useful. Will make Lower Norfair a breeze to get through. Then again, yeah, so Oats right now going through his Phantoon fight, just doing Doppler strats, gets pretty decent on the first round.
He should have no problem with this. I mean, not only is he a really good player, but look how much health and ammo he's got. Like, really, he should have no problem with this Phantoon fight at all.
Yeah, Oats is used to doing Phantoon in far... with far less resources and takes care of Phantoon in 2 rounds very easily.
Very quick fight there. That is beautiful to see.
To answer the question in chat, he did the Morph Ball bomb scatter by holding a charge shot and then morphing.
Yeah, when you do that, it will do that for you. I believe you can also do that with power bombs if you have those selected when you...
Yep. In the meantime, Sparky getting a green gate glitch to check the Main Street area, which we know does not contain much of use. Now, Oats is still checking a bunch of item locations here, which, if he did see Varia up there, would be somewhat surprising, because you would think that he would just rush right up to get that. But then again, he still needs his Ice Rod, so as far as he knows, that Ice Rod could be somewhere in here.
Yeah, he's probably still looking for Ice Rod, but oh boy. I'm telling you, I swear I saw the tip of Varia's suit in one of those in that spot. Look again there, chat. No, he does not. Both trackers showing they neither has Varia. They have Gravity Suit, but they do not have Varia Suit. That is still in play, but I suspect that won't be for long.
So, Oats heading up to Attic, setting up for the Power Bomb strat to clear these, or just using his Screw Attack to clear these enemies really quickly.
Indeed, now he's going to go through and open up both doors so he can check one side, and then he can just come right through and he doesn't have to kill all the enemies again. Very clever trick there.
Yeah, Sparky, meanwhile, just continuing with his Maria checks.
Couldn't see what Oates saw there, but apparently he didn't want it, so he's moving.
Yeah, I think there are basically 2 items that Oates really wants, and then maybe just like Wave. And I think anything else he's not really gonna bother with.
And I'm going to guess that it wasn't... Oh, no, he's checking this real quick just to see what it is. Just, yeah, nothing important.
Yeah, I think now will be the moment of truth of whether or not we are right about that one location being Varia. That will put us into no mode.
I was right. It was. We are in no mode. Various suit is at the Criteria missile spot.
So yeah, as of about 5 or 6 minutes ago, Sparky going to save before, I guess, checking the sand pit, but I don't know where else he's gonna go if he doesn't find anything worthwhile in this sand pit that he would... I guess maybe if he's going up to wrecked ship, it's probably faster to get there from that save room.
Possibly.
But he could also just... yeah, I'm not sure whether it would be faster to go to the Norfair portal and then reset, or to go to wrecked ship from here.
Indeed. Now, as chat points out, this is actually the worst thing that can happen to Oates right now, because this means he now has all of Norfair in play, and he still doesn't know where the ice rod is, so he's going to be looking for that. So that's going to cost him a lot more time, whereas as soon as Sparky finds it, he's going to be in go mode, and he's just going to run it. So that's going to be terrible. With that, I will be right back in just...
We have now seen all 3 shields. Oates did not pick one of them up earlier, so we will not be seeing Mirror Shield. Sparky, interestingly, just making his way out of Meridia the same way he could have done from the sand pit before he reset. Not sure where Sparky is going to go from here. Might be just going back into Link to the Past from here.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, Sparky has not defeated Kraid yet.
Yeah, he's got to go take care of that. Meanwhile, Oates heading into the Red Tower area, checking a couple spots he missed out.
So I think if Sparky goes towards wrecked ship, this is his race to lose. As long as he checks that upper area to find that Varia suit, because he will be able to just go mode wrecked ship.
Yeah, he'll be able to go mode wreck ship, and on top of that, he'll be able to go mode Norfair and just run right into Mother Brain. He's, you know, right now he's in a very good position. Whereas, like I said, Oats, not knowing where that ice rod is, he's not going to think to check Turtle Rock. He wants to find it in Super Metroid, and it's not here. So he's going to check everything in Super Metroid looking for that ice rod, and that's going to cost him a lot of unnecessary time.
Sparky not getting the Kraid quick kill, so we're getting our bit of Kraid DLC. But just spams a bunch of ammo into Kraid and takes him down. So Sparky making his way out of Kraid's lair, and Oats is checking the item behind the Alpha Power Bombs item that he checked 2 hours ago.
Indeed, and only finding a 5-arrow upgrade. All right, so Evilsparky now checking a lot of the spots that Oats has already checked here in Norfair. At least the areas he can get to. Oats, again, oh, I think Oats is heading to Norfair now. This could be real bad. Again, we know aside from maybe Wave Beam, there's nothing here. But as chat's point out, this seed has been unbearably trolly. But then again, we're about 2.5 hours in. We're getting close to the end here. Oh, das Boots! What are those? Pegasus boots for Oats. They're in the lava bag. We got Cape there in Bubble Mountain. He's finding a lot of items, but none of them are useful to him. Again, the only thing he needs is the ice rod, but he's in the wrong place for that. There's a super missile pack and another regular missile.
So, is Sparky going to be making the wrecked ship play?
It looks like he... Oh, no, he's heading to Gauntlet. Or no, he's heading up there. Okay. But, yeah, since you just got back, just to let you give you a quick update. We found Boots and Cape thus far in North.
Yeah, now, Boots could be kind of an unfortunate find in that it could send Oats thinking that he might find something in desert. Because last he saw desert.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
last.
Gotta love those Discord delays. No, what I was about to say was that with boots there, it also opens up Bonk Cave and King's Tomb and a couple other spots. So yeah, those boots are going to cost them.
But I think Oats is going to just clear Super Metroid first. Yeah, so I think after checking this wave location, I think he is going to take the new route path into Lower Norfair. Or not. I think... has he checked all of the Bubble Mountain area?
Most of it, I think.
Yeah, so I guess now he might check Crocomire. Which would be... which we know we're not going to find anything of use there. And it's really just going to slow him down because he has no other reason to defeat Crocomire.
Yeah, this is just going to cost him more and more time. Like, this one play going into Norfair is going to cost him way more time. Because you know Evilsparky is just about finished up here. He's going through Wreck Ship now. He'll find that Varia suit soon, and then he's in go mode.
Did you see if he actually checked what that item was before going into Wreck Ship?
I don't think he did. But it won't take that. It'll cost him a little bit of time, but it's not going to cost him near as much as what Oats is going to lose going through Norfair like this.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to take care of Crocomire really quickly thanks to his plasma beam. He was going for a spark suit there, I think. I don't think he got it, though.
We got powder there for Oats after defeating Croc. And again, more spots.
Yeah, every single time that Oats picks up a Link to the Past item that opens something up, it is slowing Oats down. It is giving Oats more things that he can check before he decides to make the Turtle Rock play. Sparky starting his Fantoon fight. Doesn't quite connect with that missile. Gonna have to wait for Fantoon to reappear.
Ooh, we got Red Nail there for Oats. That's gonna help him a little bit considering he's been struggling with Link to the Past.
Oats not quite getting the mock ball out of there.
And down goes Fantoon for Sparky.
So the one thing that Oats does have is the execution advantage here in that he was able to do that croc check in that entire croc area check in the time it took Sparky to be able to get to and kill Phantoon.
Yeah, like it's like I said before, you know, Oats will be able to play some catch up in Super Metroid, but the fact that he has to check all of those locations before even considering Turtle Rock is going to cost him. The sooner he goes to Turtle Rock, the better off he's going to be. Because Sparky is just about to get his barrier suit, and once he gets that, he's in full go mode. So he's going to blaze through the rest of this. So that's going to be the difference maker. How soon does Oats make that check?
Oats, in the meantime, going to check Magic Bat with the powder he just got.
And what does it get for Magic Bat? Oh, Bombos. That is not what he wants to see. That's going to point him towards Misery Mire.
Yeah. Now, to answer the question from chat, why is Oats going into Link to the Past? So, my presumption is that Oats wants to enter Lower Norfair through the portal at the Mire location, and he's doing a few Link to the Past checks on the way. Meanwhile, Sparky sees the 5 rupees and at the wrecked ship E-Tank and just resets.
I was going to check Dick's spot here real quick. Finds Wave Beam. Well, that's not bad. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll certainly be nice. It will make Ridley and Mother Brain faster for him, but it's also not progression. He is perfectly capable of beating these bosses without that item. And Sparky is closing in on that Avaria suit.
Oh, it's heading back in. Oh, is he going to Skull Woods? No, he's going down. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I was kind of debated into thinking he was gonna make his way towards Skull Woods. Is he making his way towards like Bumper Cave and
yeah, I think that's where he's going. Yeah.
Yep, and just 20 rupees. Sparky knows he wants this.
And that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, if you check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices at this time, you will find that Evilsparky1 has officially entered Go Mode time.
At 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 45-ish seconds.
He's not even checking the rest of Wreck Ship. He is done. He now knows all he's got to do is kill Ridley and then get to Mother Brain and get.
Yep, he's gonna go take the portal here into Link to the Past, and then Presumably, he's gonna flute to 6 and take the lower portal into Lower Norfair. Going to stock up on some potions first with... Going to stock up on a single potion. There he goes.
He's
finally
making the move now.
Oats is heading towards Catfish.
Like I said, the more and more checks Oats does, the longer he takes, and the more of a lead that Evilsparky has. And it's getting close to the point where I don't even think Oats' skill in Super Metroid is going to be enough to save him.
Yeah, at this point, Oats and Sparky have the same amount of Super Metroid stuff to finish, and Sparky is getting the head start. Falling all the way to the bottom with a space jump, but able to make his way back up decently quickly.
Yeah, this amphitheater room can be really troublesome when you have a fall like that, but nice recovery.
Yeah, yes, having gravity, that is a very recoverable mistake. It's dangerous in situations where you don't have gravity, you fall into the acid and get slowed to a crawl while you're constantly taking damage.
I think Oats is going for Pyramid Fairy.
Remember way back 2 hours ago when we were expecting that to be the play?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
How wrong we were about this seed.
By a country mile.
Sparky at the Metal Pirates. Gonna take them out with supers.
Oh, it's now seeing the missile pack there. Let's see what was actually in Pyramid Fairy. Let's see how bad this is, because there's very little left to check. Heart Piece and Super Pack.
Oats is taking a minute to contemplate. Sparky is farming. This is a fairly unique farming strat. Usually, like, runners will use grapple beam because the grapple is the most efficient farming item in the game. I think Sparky just wants to top off his life and get some super missiles. He has exactly enough to defeat Ridley if he does not miss a single super.
And even if he does, he's got plenty of regular missiles and charged plasma, so he should be in relatively good shape.
Yeah, I mean, there is no danger of him not finishing. Meanwhile, Oats goes into GT, finds the gold sword at the awful location. I don't think he's going to go around for it.
No. No, Evilsparky not quite there yet.
Yeah, I think he's a couple charged plasma shots away.
No, but he's going to go for some regular missile shots instead. Either way, it works out for him.
He's taking a decent amount of damage, so he does have to be a little bit careful, but now okay, I got you baited.
Yeah, he's still not giving up the ghost, and now Evilsparky's got to be really careful here. He is getting very low on health here. He cannot afford to take any more hits.
I mean, yeah.
He does not want to die now. Oh!
Yeah.
Almost. Thank God for those no tanks. And he got all 4, so he's good. Just in time for the sacrifice.
Yeah, now that is an interesting time for your reserves to pop, like literally just before Ridley goes down.
Indeed, he's gonna see a heart piece there at the baby tank. But he is ready to go. All he's got to do now is kill the 2 big bads, Ganon and Mother Brain.
But look how quickly Oats is already down to Wasteland. This is where Oats' skill in Super Metroid is going to come into play. In that he is going to get this Ridley kill done much faster.
Oh, absolutely. We know he's going to catch up really quick. The question comes down to, is it a case of too little too late? You know, with Evilsparky now down to the final bosses, Oats is not even in go mode yet. He has not been to Turtle Rock. Will that be what costs him this race? He'll catch up, but will it be enough?
Yeah, I anticipate like this being a really quick Ganon fight. So it's really going to come down to how well Evilsparky does in Turian. As long as he doesn't make any super major mistakes there, then I think Sparky should have this. Yeah,
because the thing we have to keep in mind is that, yes, Oats can be quick in Super Metroid, but he still has to go through Turtle Rock and GT, and we've seen that his Link to the Past play is not his strong suit. So that might slow him back down, allowing Evilsparky to regain the lead. Like you said, it really will come down to the Turian play from Sparky.
Yeah, and while we were talking about that, Oats makes very quick work of Ridley. Sparky going for the acid bath strat to get out of Lower Norfair. It can be faster to get back to the Mire portal, but it does take a lot of energy.
All right, I need to clarify something in chat because a lot of people are saying this is pre-recorded and Oats has already won. That is not the case. This is live. There is a 15-minute delay to prevent cheating, but this is live. We do not know who's winning right now.
Sparky only has one more super to get this gate glitch, and he's not going to get it with regular missiles.
I don't even know why he's trying.
Yeah, so I think his attempt at a fast exit has backfired on him a little bit with missing that green gate glitch.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah, I mean, green gate glitch is one of those things that where like you could be really good at it, and then it's just that one time you're trying to get it, and like you shoot like 20 missiles, supers into that thing, and it refuses to work. And Oats is out of Lower Norfair. And we'll probably get back into into Link to the Past at around the same time that Sparky does. Actually, maybe even a little faster.
Yeah, he's already on the same path, on the path back. So yeah, I think let's get there a little faster. But again, it's going to come down to the Turtle Rock Ganon's tower play that's going to determine how fast he catches up. If he can get through that quickly enough, then yes, he's in great shape. But right now, my money is I'm calling Sparky. I think he's got this. He's got such a wide lead here that unless Oats goes for Turtle Rock right now, which he might be LinkedIn about it, but if he doesn't go for it, unless he goes for it right now, Sparky's going to win this. Yep,
Sparky taking the portal into Dark World and going to just, I think, go right to the pyramid and fight Ganon.
Meanwhile, Oats turning an old man. He hasn't done this yet. Again, wasting more and more time. And the worst thing he could do is just go to Brinstar, which thankfully it looks like he's going to avoid that fate. But if he decides to go to Brinstar, this could be a problem. Oh, and that's to make matters worse. We've got Dead Rocks, the unofficial mascot, in my opinion, of Link to the Past, Randomizer, because they are the trolliest enemies in the entire game, as you can see here with Oats.
Yeah, luckily I think Oats has cleared basically everything in Brinstar short of a waterway in his first clear.
All right, Oats is on his way to Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Evilsparky facing off against Ganon. So this comes down to the weaknesses of both players. Evilsparky is going to be able to breeze through Ganon without much trouble. So it's going to be Turian that determines his fate. Meanwhile, Oats is the exact opposite problem. We know he'll be able to handle Mother Brain without much trouble. It's down to how does he handle Turtle Rock and GT. And I think that means the advantage goes to Sparky. Oats, what are you doing?
Well, for a second there, I thought he was going to check Ether Tablet, but
no, he's doing Spike Cave. He does not need to do this.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he doesn't know that.
Evilsparky getting the torch glitch there for Ganon. Gets a nice double there. Nicely done. One more of those and he's done. One more should do it. You just gotta light the lamp one more time. Gets the hit, and we've got bacon. Get your single G's in chat, ladies and gentlemen, but our race is not over yet, as Evilsparky still needs to finish against Mother Brain.
Now, Oats debated us before. Is he making the Turtle Rock play now? Oats is heading in that direction, so...
He's finally making the play into Turtle Rock.
It's rare that the Terminator item is not collected until this late.
All right. But now it's time for Turian here for Evilsparky. Thankfully, he's got the ice beam, so these Metroids won't be too much trouble.
Yeah, he's still taking them out with power bombs, though. He doesn't have a whole lot of power bombs. And then this Metroid also latches on. Yeah, the disadvantage to killing Metroids with power bombs is that it takes 3 of them and you don't get as many drops from the Metroids.
No. But this is where I'm saying right now, I think at this point, because of the disadvantage that Oats has going into Turtle Rock, and with how long of a lead Evilsparky has, I don't see Evilsparky losing this. Even if he does struggle in Turian. All right. Well, looks like Evilsparky's going to just set up to take the hit. He's not going to go for baby skip, but he is going to go. He's going to do a right facing glitch there.
Yeah, I think the fact that he had taken off his Varia and Gravity before this indicated he wasn't even going to try with it. Plus, he doesn't have Wave Beam, so that makes the baby skip a whole lot harder to execute.
Fair point.
Gonna turn his suits back on. So he has enough energy that he would be able to go for stand-up glitch in the Mother Brain fight if he wanted to. He might just want to make sure that he doesn't lose too much health in the Mother Brain fight before that point, because to do stand-up glitch, you have to be above 700 health.
All right. Now it looks like he's going to try to set up for Zebsite skip. If he can freeze the lower Rinka there and then stand on it, he can possibly phase through that first Zebsite wall. And if he does that, the others will not spawn, so he can just run right to Mother Brain. So we'll see how many times he tries this before he decides to just do it the hard way.
Okay, it looks like he should be able to get it with that.
Nope, not quite.
Yeah, the thing with it is that the fact that he doesn't have wave makes it harder to freeze this first Rinka in the correct position.
He might just be better off going for it the hard way.
Yeah, at this point, he probably has spent more time going for the skip than the skip would have saved. Chat bring up the good point that turning off screw attack would also make this easier.
Yeah, I think at this point you should just do it the hard way. And now Oats has finally found his ice rod. He is finally in go mode.
Yeah, at 3 hours, 7 minutes, 30-ish seconds. Haven't been paying as close attention to his stream.
All right, come on, Sparky. Just go through the hard way. You've got more than enough missiles for this. You've got charged plasma. You don't need to do this. You're wasting time.
So, yeah, at this point, do you think that Sparky actually... Okay, Sparky finally gets it. Do you think that Sparky feels as ahead as he is?
Considering he's coming up against a top SM player like Oats, probably not. He probably thinks he's behind.
Sparky not taking the time to freeze those...
Oh! Oats taking a death, but thankfully he got that fairy earlier, which is going to keep him alive a little bit longer.
Sparky moving on to Mother Brain 2. This, I believe, is 30 shots with his current beam combo. Once he turns plasma back on.
So now it's time to go to McBrainies because we've got a lot of food-based attacks. You've got the onion rings, you've got the French fries, you got the tater tots, and you got later on the ketchup beams.
Now, he's already lost enough health that the only way he can do stand-up is refilling from his reserves.
He probably won't go for it. To be fair, I don't know if Evilsparky even really knows if he can do the stand-up glitch that well, so he probably is not even worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a Link to the Past runner primarily, he might not necessarily be comfortable with it. So stand-up glitch does save a decent amount of time, but if it's not done correctly, well, he's refilling his health. So looks like he's gonna just use supers for the rest of the fight, and looks like he may in fact be going for it.
We'll see.
Although he didn't damage himself to right above 700 to start. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's not doing it. He's not going for it.
I think, because he had I don't know if you can do it with above 800. Maybe one of the SM runners in chat can answer that question.
Oh, Evilsparky running really low on health there.
Yeah,
that'd be a scary thought.
Yeah, that is why you try to damage yourself down to a known good value before Mother Brain does the Rainbow Beam, because it can be scary if you get locked in that cutscene and you're at the wrong health value, so Mother Brain has to do damage with her attacks.
Thankfully, we got to the cutscene in time, so we don't have to worry about that. He'll be fine. If I remember correctly, you have to be just above 300 health when she fires the first Rainbow Beam, but you want to be under that amount after it so that she won't attack you again.
Yeah, so basically, it depends on what suits you have. If you have Varia suit, then you want to be above 300 so that she damages you down to under 100, ideally, with the Rainbow Beam.
And down goes Mother Brain. Now it's just a matter of the escape from Turian, and it's over. At this point, Sparky can't lose. This game is over. There's no way Oats finished this before.
Yeah, to answer a point in chat, you can actually die to Mother Brain after Rainbow Beam if she just, the RNG attack she does happen to all connect at the same time and do enough damage to kill you. So that's why pretty much every runner ever will just go ahead and damage themselves down. So, will we see Sparky go for saving the animals here?
considering he's going against Oats, I highly doubt it. He'd have to be pretty confident in how head he is if he's going to take the time to do.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think he's just gonna skip right by them. Yep, we're gonna see some barbecued animals.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, Evilsparky1 has finished his first place with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 15 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Oats, meanwhile, doing the tile room.
And actually, we should confirm that as of not long afterwards, Oats actually forfeited from the race. So you'll be seeing that pretty soon as you catch up. But for now, let us bring our champion in here into the stream. We have Evilsparky1 joining us here at this time. Evilsparky, congratulations on your victory. We'll give him a minute to get himself set up here as we have Oatsngoats joining us here as well. GG to both of you.
Hey, thanks.
GG.
Yeah, so that was definitely interesting, that entire seed. Very interesting.
It was that ice climb to hammer? Like, what?
Oh, God, yeah. Let's start with that. The having to go through Red Tower with Ice Beam to get the hammer, just to actually open up some progression. That had to, like, when you guys finally realized that's what you had to do, what were your thoughts?
I just thought it was, it's just going to be one of those seeds, hopefully after the hammer, I was hoping it would be over, but apparently not. Still a lot of difficult things and really weird routing had to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing that finally broke you, Oats, unfortunately, was that Ice Rod and Turtle Rock. Like, as soon as we saw that, we're like, there's no way you're going for that for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, there were so many more items in Super Metroid. There was like 40 items opened up, so I figured I won't take my 1 out of 5 chance. But yeah, I guess that paid off because Sparky did that early, really early. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, once it was a Morph Ball on Hookshot Cave, right? So I was like, well, while I'm up here, I might as well check it. It's not going to be that terrible a loss if it's not. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go all through Super Metroid, like Oats is saying, and I didn't want to have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gamble either way. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a crazy gamble. I can't believe that you went there so early. It's nuts.
It paid off. Like, again, like you were just getting to Ganon's Tower when he finished. And yeah, it's just insane. Like, we were watching you and we were like sitting there thinking, oh God, he's going to check all these spots now. And there's nothing going to be there.
Well, I figured
a few things out of you guys.
I figured out everything. Like, obviously it can be anywhere. But the chances of it being a Turtle Rock is very minuscule compared to the rest of the game. So I obviously went with the odds. And yeah, it didn't pay off. Because I would have never thought to dip into Turtle Rock, because that's like 5 minutes. So we're probably like 3 minutes, 4 minutes gone. If it's not there.
Yeah, something like that. And then like Various Suit was my go mode, and I was like searching all over Meridia for it, all over Rex.
Right. Yeah. Once I found Varia, that was pretty nice. But yeah, interesting race.
Indeed, you guys put on a hell of a race there for sure. Like, yeah, no shame to you, Oats, on this one. Like, you caught up really quickly with your skills in Super Metroid, and if it hadn't been for that Ice Rod being in such a trolly spot, you probably would have overtaken him. It's just bad luck was on your side there.
Yeah, once I saw it was there, I was, figured if he dipped in early for some reason, I was over. But it didn't even cross my mind. And when I saw he was finished, I was like, okay, yeah, he dipped. Like, almost a sub 3 seed with this, or sub 3 time with this seed is pretty bad,
Yeah, like I feel like the main advantage was that most of the early game was in Link to the Past, because I know that Oats is like a beast in Metroid, so I kind of had that going for me.
Yeah, I've been practicing some Link to the Past logic, so I felt like I did quite well on that aspect. So I don't think that was too bad, and Super Metroid went really smoothly, so I was assuming that it would be a much closer race, but yeah. It's just that payoff, so...
Yeah, and then I think along the way you found a lot of like little Link to the Past fetch quest items that slowed you down a bit more. Like made you check things like Magic Bat.
Yeah, a few
that
things.
turned out to have nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, like, and to be fair, like the way I see this is that in a regular Link to the, even in a regular Link to the Past run, checking Turtle Rock for Ice Rod is a gamble no matter what, because like again, as you said, Ice Rod could literally be anywhere except for Trinex and Ganon's Tower when Turtle Rock is required. So it could have been anywhere, and like even in a regular Past run, a lot of people would have been hesitant to go into Turtle Rock that early. So this was just a gamble on Evilsparky's part that paid off. But overall you did rather well, and again, both of you kind of were playing opposites here. Evilsparky's good at Link to the Past. You're better at Super Metroid. So it's just a matter of whose gamble paid off there. There wasn't really any clear advantage for either of you guys. So
Right.
it was a really exciting race from beginning to end, to be honest.
You're right. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, and then it was interesting because it was basically like as soon as you guys found the hammer, you guys followed virtually the same route through clearing all of the crystal dungeons up to Turtle Rock, and then it was at that point where Sparky just went with the Link to the Past route, and you went with the, and you Oats went with the Super Metroid route.
Right. There was just so much more to do in SM at the time. There was Rexship, Meridia, I think that was Meridia, because we found Morph then. Meridia, Lore Norfair.
It was like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially everything other than, well, yeah, everything, because that's where Morph was. So yeah, everything. It's crazy.
Still, fantastic race from both of you guys. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, just GG's, and yeah, thanks for racing.
Yeah, it was a great race, so it's really a pleasure to get to even race you. It's really cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
And also, to all the kids out there, don't what's it called? Don't deplete your arrow stock before you hit into Gauntlet.
We saw that. I felt for you there for a minute, man, but you recovered pretty quickly, admittedly. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed both of our runners, make sure you give Evilsparky1 and Oatsngoats a follow on Twitch. Show some love for these amazing runs. Of course, shout out to our tracker, FCF Wesker, and of course, myself and my co-commentator, Link, Hero of Time 64. Link, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Yep, same.
All right, thanks. See you guys.
Have a good one, my friend. And of course, make sure you follow all of our channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 236, for all of the upcoming races we've got, not just for this tournament, but all of the amazing tournaments and showcases we've got going on here. You don't want to miss out on any of that. But in the meantime, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, here, on behalf of everyone here in the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!